Hey YouTube, I'm back once again. Got some more pickups to show you. Also, what I got for Christmas. So it's Boxing Day today. Or for those that don't have Boxing Day, it's the day after Christmas, 26th of December. And we're going back as far as last Monday, 21st, which is where I got some of this stuff. The rest of it's come through the post, I think. Oh no, there are some more charity shop pickups in here, and of course what I got for Christmas, we'll show that lot at the end. So last Monday I found a bunch of Blu-rays on Facebook Marketplace, which I've already done a video for those, and that took me out to a place called Hemlington, which is very close to Colbingham, which I go sometimes when I'm out hunting. And I thought to myself, because I went there after work, and I was sort of humming and hawing, should I go to the Colbingham or not? And in the end I decided I would. It's one of those places that I've never really had a big score there. I don't think I've ever struck out. There's only 3 charity shops and a Poundland. Of recent, I don't think I've ever found anything even half decent in that Poundland. And the 3 charity shops are hit and miss. So I thought, should I or shouldn't I? I thought, I'm that close, I might as well just go. You know, it was mid-afternoon. Like I say, I went after work. Anyway, I went in the first charity shop, which is Age UK, and there was nothing in there. Next would have been the Poundland, but there's absolutely nothing in Poundland at all worth getting. So after that it was British Heart Foundation, and I picked up a couple of things in the British Heart Foundation. Did I? No, I only picked up the one thing. This is a DVD snapper of Bullet. Awesome Steve Quinn movie. I do own this on HD DVD. As yet, I don't have a Blu-ray of this one, which is one I really need to get on Blu-ray. But 50p for a snapper in pretty much near mint condition, which I was happy with. But yeah, as I'm sure many of you know, I love picking these up, especially when they're cheap, and always when they're in great condition, assuming I don't own them already, of course. So I was happy to find that. And then I moved on to Teesside Hospice, which is where I got Rogue One a few weeks ago. And they used to do, I think it used to be 3 for £1. And the sign used to say, I need to get the wording right on this, excludes items over £2, I think is how they used to word it, which to me suggests anything that's £2 or less was included, but they didn't see it that way. They saw it as if it was £2, then it shouldn't be included in the 3 for £1. Which, I mean, it makes sense that you would do that. Why would you give 3 items for £1 that would normally cost £2 each? But that isn't the way they worded the sign. Anyway, they've changed it now. And it's 5 for £1, and it just says anything less than £1 is included, or words to that effect. I think there was maybe one of the DVDs that was under £1 that I fancied. It might have been a Scooby-Doo or something like that, but I didn't get it. But I did find this, which I was a bit gobsmacked. Reservoir Dogs on HD DVD. Now this isn't even a UK release, this is a Dutch release, I believe. And as far as I know, Holland is the only country that this got an HD DVD release back in the day. So to find this in a charity shop in the UK, I was quite staggered for £2. Now I did buy this for myself on eBay not too long ago, I don't think. And although there is some colour leaching through to the cover from the red case on here, I don't think it's anywhere near as bad as mine. So I might be replacing mine with this one and then putting that one on eBay. But yeah, for £2 I thought that was a bargain. Then something I'd ordered last weekend, I was looking through 88 Films on their website, kind of hoping that they were going to have a sale, because they didn't have any kind of sale on Black Friday. I thought, well, maybe they'll have a pre-Christmas winter sale, which they haven't. I haven't looked today, but as of yesterday there was still nothing reduced, so whether they're going to have a sale I don't know. But one thing I noticed of their collection of Van Damme movies that they're releasing, they're all, so far at least, limited editions to 3,000. Now they did state on their Facebook page at least the first three, they didn't mention that the ones coming afterwards would only be released as part of this limited to 3,000, would not be reissued. We'll see whether that happens or not, but this was the only one that had gone out of stock on the website, so I grabbed this from Amazon. So this arrived on Tuesday. This is Street Fighter from 88 Films. It's a limited edition. This one being number 1992 of 3,000. I did end up paying full price for this, $14.99. I haven't seen it reduced anywhere. I did look at these prior to lockdown, I think, in HMV, and I've still got them even now in HMV. The same price, $14.99. They haven't dropped them. Whether these will get a price drop, I don't know. But because this one had gone out of stock at 88 Films, I thought it's one that maybe I should grab. Also, last weekend, Zavvi, I get emails from Zavvi pretty much every day of different either new releases or stuff that is totally unrelated to anything I'd be interested in, memorabilia and statues and things like that. But they did mention that they had reduced prices on some Arrow releases. So I had a look to see what Amazon were doing, because quite often Amazon will price match. If it's a flash sale, say Zavvi having a 2-hour flash sale or even a 24-hour flash sale, generally Amazon don't bother to price match. But a day later, on the Monday, I had a look. On the Monday evening, I had a look, and they had price matched at least a few of the titles that I was looking at. So I decided to grab a couple. These were $12.99 each, which is the cheapest I've seen them. They're still full price pretty much everywhere else, and they're both quite recent releases. So I grabbed, I wasn't sure about this one, Jesus Shows You the Way to the Highway. I watched the trailer. It looks completely bonkers, absolutely and totally bonkers. But it's the first print, I guess. So it's got the slipcover. It's quite heavy, so I'm wondering if there's some. I know there's a poster and a booklet, but maybe it's a fairly thick booklet. But like I say, it's heavy. So yeah, I grabbed that for $12.99. It's also a 2-disc edition as well. And then this one is one I've been wanting since it was released. But again, it's $17.99 or £18. It was too much. But down to $12.99, I was happy to grab this. This is Arrow's release of Pitch Black with the slipcover. Unfortunately, when it arrived, it looks like it's been caught in some kind of machinery, probably during manufacture, because that outer seal is completely intact. There's no damage to it at all, but yet that is completely ripped. It's also torn right the way across. It's difficult to see. If I get too close, it goes out of focus. But yeah, it's torn right the way across to the edge. Now this arrived on the 23rd, on Wednesday, but it arrived fairly early. I think about 10 o'clock. Both of them they're in the envelope together, these two. So I went straight onto Amazon and triggered for them to send me a replacement, and very quickly they got onto that. They they accepted it immediately when they didn't even ask for any pictures. I just explained to them that the slipcover was damaged and torn, and the seal was undamaged. Must have been done during manufacture, and they accepted the return straight away, and had a replacement out in the post within maybe 5 hours by mid-afternoon, and this arrived on Christmas Eve, very next day. So I was very happy with that. This one been pretty much perfect, so yeah, very happy with that. I just need to stick this one in an envelope, take it to the post office, and they just scan the barcode that Amazon sent me and put their own label on, which is exactly the same as what they did with the Dawn of the Dead box set that I returned. So after that lot, I think this arrived on, did it arrive on Christmas Eve or the day before? I think this arrived on the 23rd, and I bought it last week on eBay, specifically for no reason other than I need this slipcover, and I've been looking for months, probably more than a year actually, for this slipcover. It's the only one of this set that I didn't have the slipcover for. Avengers Infinity War, and I did pay about a £5 for this, but like I say, all I want is the slip. So I'll take that and put that on mine, and then I'll just stick this back on eBay. If I can get, you know, even just my money back, then whatever the fees are, I'll pay for that. But yeah, just even looking for one of them on its own on eBay, I think there's been one maybe in the last 6 months, and I didn't find it until after it's already sold, which was annoying. A slipcover on its own, but even as a slipcover with the movie together, I look every time I go in a CEX. I've never seen one in a CEX, I don't think ever, but these still sell, or have sold at least, on eBay for £10 plus, which is more than I'm going to pay. This will only trade in at CEX for £2, so it's not worth taking it to CEX. It'll go back on eBay. So I'm happy that I've at least got that slipcover now. Last week on, don't know if it was this last week, on Wednesday or Thursday, no, it wasn't Christmas Eve, so it must have been on Wednesday because I was at work Monday, Tuesday. I had to wander around the town and went into charity shops. The only thing that I found was in Sue Ryder's. I got a few Blu-rays. These were all £1 each. So I grabbed the Boy 2. Initially I was going to take this and trade it in because it trades in for £2. So there's no point in me getting this, no point in me keeping this without the first movie. And I had to look through my phone and realised that I do have the Boy, the original one, which I don't know when I got it. It probably does say on there, but I didn't check. But it's on the shelf. So yeah, I kept that one in the end. This was a 3D title that I just had to get because I didn't have it, and Over the Edge 3D. So a bit of a snowboarding documentary by the looks of it. These last two are foreign. I think one of them's American. I haven't looked into where this one might come from, but this could also be American as well, or someone has put a UK rating sticker on the front. Morning Glory. I don't know anything about this, but it looks like it's a bit of a rom-com. Not focusing very well on that, are we? But Harrison Ford, why not? Rachel McAdams as well. I don't think I've got the first one of these on Blu-ray. I know I have it in a steelbook, DVD steelbook box set, the first one. This is Honey 2 again. Over the last couple of weeks, I've come across quite a few foreign Blu-rays in the charity shops, weirdly. But yeah, Honey 2 is a Universal, so I think it'll be region free. I didn't check that one actually. Maybe it's under the sticker, or maybe you can just see it and I can't. It's a Paramount, so Who knows whether that's region free? Doesn't really matter. I've got a player that'll play them. Then one that I got off eBay from Cinemadisa. Is it Cinemadiso? Something like that. This was only £2. Miss Sloane. I saw the trailer of this when it came out, but I've not seen it as yet. But for a couple of quid, I thought it was worth grabbing. Then Poundland. While I was out in town the other day, or before Christmas, there wasn't a great amount, but there was a couple that stuck out. I don't know much about this, but it's a second-hand one, a replay one, which Poundland have two kinds of, well, Blu-rays and DVDs, the new stuff, and then occasionally they get stuff that's second-hand. Now, the new stuff, they normally get loads and loads of copies, some ridiculous numbers of copies. I mean, on the shelf at the moment in there, they must have had about 30 or 40 copies of the final series of Breaking Bad on Blu-ray. There was a couple of, I think they were rugby Blu-rays. It might have been football, but I think they were rugby. I had stacks of them. And then a few other titles that had anything between 3 and 10 copies of. And then a bunch of other films, which is the usual fare of maybe 1, 2 or 3 copies of. And then there was maybe half a dozen movies that were these replay, which are second-hand. This one being called The Party. It's a British film. The cast looks interesting. You can't see because it's probably under the sticker, or maybe it's not even on the cover, but I'm fairly sure the guy sitting down in the middle there is Timothy Spall from I'll Feed His Aim Pet, amongst many other things. And I always like the stuff that he does. So yeah, I grabbed that one. So I was happy to get that. And then I found another James Bond, the only one I had on the shelf, and I only had one copy of it as well. But it's definitely one of my more favourite ones, I think. I don't think it's top 3, but maybe definitely top 10. Top 5 is not sure, but yeah, Spy Love Me. It's a solid Bond movie. But yeah, like I said, it was the only one I had in there. Now I've been finding For Your Eyes Only in almost every pound shop I've been in, and occasionally, I think this is my 6th or maybe 7th one now that I found in there. Not that particular pound shop, but over all the other pound shops. But generally, apart from Dr. No, which I think I've come across a couple of times, all the others I've only ever seen one copy of. Now, another thing about Poundland, I spotted a while ago, and I did intend to mention it in another video. In fact, I did intimate that I was going to talk about something quite a few videos ago, and then got sidetracked on something else and completely forgot. I did take some photos at the time. Now, if anybody remembers, maybe 2-3 years ago, Poundland used to sell Blu-rays at £1. And the choice that they had, although they didn't have as many Blu-rays on the shelf as they do now, I don't think. I think the choice that they had was pretty much the same. Whereas now they've got, dozens of copies of the same films. Before they maybe had 1 or 2 copies, but a similar number of titles. And the only real difference I've seen since then, since they went up to £2, is maybe they do more 3D, or have done more 3D movies, and some slightly newer titles. And I'm pretty sure some of these Bond titles probably wouldn't have appeared while they were still £1. But before the price went up to £2, quite a few stores started showing Blu-rays with €2 €2 price labels on them, even though they were still £1. And a few people kind of thought that maybe that was a sign that they were going to put the prices up to £2, and I thought, no, that wouldn't happen. And anyway, it did. I was completely wrong. But what I noticed I've only ever seen it in Poundland, and it's the last 2 times that I've been in there, that they've started, some Blu-rays have started appearing on the shelf with a €3 price sticker on them. And I did take some pictures, which I'll put up here somewhere. And it makes me wonder, are Poundland about to raise the price again on their Blu-rays to £3? I mean, you can't help but wonder if in Ireland, I'm assuming it must be in Ireland, that they're already selling Blu-rays for €3. Are they going up to £3 in the UK? Who knows? Anybody got any information about that? It'd be nice to know. Yep, so moving on. Black Friday. I bought one item on Black Friday from Zavvi. And it was one of many parcels, not many, but a few parcels that just seemed to disappear and never arrives. I had an item off eBay, which I bought, and weeks later still hadn't arrived. This was maybe more than 2 weeks before Black Friday. I contacted that company and they said they would send a replacement. They never confirmed that that replacement would ever send. And about a week and a half after that, I tried them, and it was about a week after that, I tried to contact them again. Well, I did contact them again, and I got completely ghosted. So I contacted them a third time, and again was completely ghosted. So I just put in a claim with eBay to say that the first item hadn't arrived. I contacted them. They said they would ship a second item as a replacement, although they never actually confirmed that that replacement had been shipped. And I still didn't have either. And to this day, I've never seen either. And within an hour, they'd sent me a refund. So I was quite happy about that. HMV, this is a story I'm going to go into at another time, because I've actually secured the item that I never got from HMV. It was supposed to go to the store, but went out of print sometime after I'd ordered it, even though it was in stock. So that item never arrived. And then this from Zavvi, going back to Black Friday, I bought Screamers. After 2 weeks, I contacted Zavvi, and I got a real cryptic email back from them. I can't remember how they worded it, but the way that it was worded, it made it sound as if they'd only just put it in the post. That's literally between me contacting them and them contacting me back, even though it had stated that it had been posted probably 10 days earlier than that. Anyway, another week and a half or so went by and still hadn't received this. Ooh. And I contacted them again, and they never got back to me. And then about a day later or 2 days later, I got an email from them saying, would you like to write a review about this? So I thought, you know what, normally I wouldn't do that. I'd just ignore those emails and bin them, but I thought this time I'm gonna. So it said, do you want to put a title or a name or something for your review? So yeah, I just put, what did I write? Unsatisfied, I think it was. And then I wrote a review that said, I said I would really love to write a review of this Blu-ray. I said, but after over 3 weeks of waiting, it still hasn't arrived. So unfortunately, I'm unable to do so. Something like that. And I pressed send or save or enter or whatever it was. And then a little note came up, said, after we've reviewed your review, we will post it up on the site. I haven't actually been back to see if it's there or not, but shortly thereafter, this was this week actually, Tuesday or Wednesday, I think this arrived. But it's Screamers. I don't know whether I mentioned that. I know it's a 101 Films Black Label release. It's been spine number 13, which is weird because I've got 9 and 11, so now I've got 13. So I've got 9, 11 and 13, then only 3 I've got, plus 1 like I've just mentioned. Well, I didn't mention what it was I've secured, which Hopefully it'll be coming this week. Hope that one doesn't get lost. But yeah, this like the others took, well, the others never arrived, but this took forever to get here. So I'm happy I grabbed that. Then this last lot all came as Christmas presents. So I got something that I'd never even knew existed, and I put this in my wish list on Amazon maybe 6 months ago, thinking that I might pick it up at some point. This is Snatch, the TV show based on Guy Ritchie's movie. So I'm quite looking forward to, because I really like that film, I'm quite looking forward to see whether it's any good or not. Unfortunately, TV series that I've seen over recent years that are based on movies, with maybe the exception of Fargo, have been awful. So hopefully this doesn't disappoint. Then I got one of 88 Films Italian collection limited edition Blu-rays with the slipcover. This one being 7 blood-stained orchids. I'm not sure what number this is, to be honest. I'm just going to open it. Ooh, it's one of those nice velvety touch slip covers. And of course, I'm going to have problems getting it off. Where are my scissors when you want them? Oh, I'll just have to use my teeth. There we go. So this is number 59. That's weird. Blue case. I think I've maybe got one other that came in a blue case, and I can just see the bottom of the cases on the shelf. By the looks of it, I might have swapped that one out already, but these generally come in white cases. Got the disc there. What's the alternate artwork like? Yeah, it's got the Italian title, which is quite usual for them. So at least, I've said this many times before, but at least now they're putting the English title on the slipcover. There's so many of those slipcovers, especially the earlier ones, that had the Italian title on the front, on the side, and even to this day, looking at them on the shelf, I have no idea what some of them are, or which ones, I should say, which ones they are. So that's one more to tick off the list. I think I'm maybe, apart from the ones that have come out in the last few months, I think I'm maybe 6 or 7 short now. Then a bunch of BBC Blu-rays. Firstly, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Great TV show, absolutely adore this. I did get the limited edition VHS box version of this with some vouchers. Was it last year, the year before? I'm not sure. But it's still sat on the shelf sealed. I saw one in CEX a while ago, a good while ago. And it was so flimsy. It was unbelievable. The packaging has... I don't know if you've seen the VHS box sets, but it's like a fat case which pulls out, and it looks like a video. The inside looks like a video cassette. A bit of sticker on there, and but the outer box was so flimsy, it literally just sat on the ground. It was just bored right out on both sides. It looks terrible open. So I've decided just to leave that sealed as it is, and I've been looking for one of these for probably the best part of a year. at CEX, and they just never seem to turn up. So this one was in my Amazon wish list as well, so I'm really happy that I finally grabbed this one. Then some Doctor Who. These all been animated Doctor Who's of Lost, Second Doctor stories. I'm not sure which order these were released, but I've got The Power of the Daleks, the special edition. These all come with slipcovers. Fury of the Deep, then with the slipcover, and the Faceless Ones. So I'm looking forward to watching these. The last one I got, which was the Macra Terror, I wasn't overly impressed with it, if I'm honest. I didn't really like the story, so hopefully these will be better. But they can't all be duds. I mean, as even modern Doctor Who, there's episodes that are just filler and not very good, and others that are absolutely fantastic. So hopefully some of these will be nice. And then finally, another Arrow limited edition set. This one being Tremors. I've been looking forward to this coming out ever since I heard that they were releasing it. I've got a little bit of a tab on there that I can pull, and we can take a look. But this is, I think, the usual limited edition fare. We have the movie, book, poster, and probably art cards. Just get rid of that. Excuse me. So that's stuck on at both ends. It is, so I'm not even going to attempt to take that J card off. So this is a bit of a departure for Arrow. Black cases. I mean, it suits the release, but I don't want to be changing everything into black cases. I've already done that with 88 films. So it looks like it's a 2-disc. So what have we got? We've got just a bonus disc and the movie. There's a little card in here. So what's this? Walter Chang's Market. So that's the shop in the movie. Bunch of art cards. It looks like they're all the same on the back. And what card have we got in here? Versus. Don't know that one at all, but looks Japanese. So maybe that's a future release, or maybe it's something that's already out and I just never come across it so far. So that's the contents of the Blu-ray case. It's got quite a bit of weight to it. Then of course we've got the booklet, which this is very extensive, which it usually is with these limited edition releases. We've got 2 posters. Maybe we've got 2 posters. So yeah, it looks like the classic Tremors poster art. Right there. And then the back is going to be that, I'm sure. Yeah, so the newly commissioned Arrow artwork. So what is this one? Looks like some kind of anatomy. The graboid. The American Graboid. What's on the back? City Perfection. Established 1902. Population 14. Elevation 2335. That's I don't know if that's accurate to the movie. I'm sure it must be. Although it doesn't have a population crossed out and a new number. Maybe, I'm not sure. Yeah, that was a bonus that I didn't know that was going to be in there. So that's pretty good. So another awesome release from Arrow. One thing I didn't notice actually, usually, do they? I can't remember now. Let's grab what came out recently, RoboCop. Now, I've probably already swapped the art over on this one. No, I haven't. So yeah, RoboCop, you can tell because the rating's on the front there. So RoboCop came with the same artwork on the front cover, and then the alternate poster art, which you can tell is the alternate because there's no rating, which is what they normally do on the reversible sleeve. They never used to years ago, but now on the reversible sleeve they don't bother with the rating. But they've done it the opposite with this one. Actually, they haven't, because there's no rating on there. So what have we got? So that should be the front cover, which matches the box. But for whatever reason, it's already, and it was sealed, so it's not as if someone's changed it. So maybe they've decided at the factory to, or maybe it was just an anomaly, and whoever loaded the machine put all the covers in the wrong way. Who knows? Oops. Anyway, there we go. That's last week's pickups and Christmas presents. Let's pop RoboCop back where it came from. So yeah, Christmas presents and most of last week. So anyway, I hope you've all had a great Christmas. I've had a smashing Christmas, despite limitations. And I'm very happy, very, very happy with not just my presents, but what I've also bought this week. I've got a few vouchers, so I'll be looking maybe to spend them. I've got another 101 Films Black Label release that I've got finally secured on eBay last night. So like I say, hopefully that'll be coming this week. There's another Arrow slipcover that I'm considering getting because it's been reduced. I should really buy it. But other than that, I was going to go into town today, but you know, Boxing Day and sales, and I thought, you know what, there's no point. Tomorrow maybe, Monday again is a bank holiday, so I don't know what will be open. So it might not be worth. Although HMV, if HMV have got a sale, I seem to remember last year they owned some of the better stuff that they had. They only had small numbers of, and they were sold out quite quickly. And it's early afternoon now. It's just gone 2 o'clock, so the chances are maybe that stuff's already gone. Anyway, by the time I get in the car and get ready and get in the car and get out to Middlesbrough, I'm not going to get into HMV before 3 o'clock, and I should think the shops aren't going to be open late tonight. I imagine they'll be closing, if not usual time, probably Sunday hours. So yeah, I'm not going to go out today, but maybe tomorrow. Anyway, I'm definitely still going to have a look around the charity shops this week. of more than one town, maybe a few. I want to get over to Darlington. The last time I was in Darlington, I went after work and half the charity shops were closed, so at 2:30. So by the time I got to them, even though I finished work at 2, by the time I got into Darlington, parked up, went to CX first, half the charity shops were closed. So I really want to go to Darlington. I might do that Wednesday or Thursday this week. We'll see how that goes, or this coming week, I should say. Right, this has been another long one. So if you've managed to get this far, let's do it differently. Let's have a code word. I've heard a lot of people doing code words for some reason. So let's put tremors. Why not? Just put tremors in the comments if you got to the end. Just for something, for shits and giggles. Why not? But yeah, thanks very much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Ta-ra.